Video number 6, Homeschooling Preschool. This one's cute. First of all, my disclaimer, I'm not here to persuade you to homeschool nor public school. You need to have made that decision before you come watch my videos. I'm happy that you're here watching this. I'm sorry my videos are so long. I obviously don't know how to be short with them. What curriculum do I need to homeschool a preschooler? When I'm talking about preschooler, I'm talking about your babies. People are going to have varying opinions on this, and I will not recommend curriculum in all the other grades. I will tell you to research homeschool styles. I will tell you to look up information that suits your family. But when we're talking about preschoolers, I'm going to make a recommendation. Do not use a packaged curriculum for your preschooler. Unless it's something that is, I'm going to say a word, a curriculum name, okay? That doesn't mean go out and buy it, because you can do it for free. You can absolutely do what I'm telling you for free. My Father's World. They sell a package of manipulatives and little tiny toys and some recommendations on how to teach your preschool skills using those. If I were going to use a package curriculum for a preschooler, I would look real close at Heart of Dakota, My Father's World, and any others that kind of follow the line of thinking that preschoolers need to play to learn. I would not go put workbooks in front of a preschooler. Yes, they need to learn how to write letters and numbers and develop the ability to grasp a pencil and get that fine motor control. They do not need to spend their entire day filling out worksheets. They do not need to spend their entire day trying to read lengthy things that aren't necessary for a preschooler. They need to first have a fun foundation with learning. So curriculum, I would say go into your toys and pull out some of their toys. And let's say they have 5 cars, okay? Hot Wheels or whatever. Hot Wheels little cars, okay? Or maybe they have 5 little dinosaurs or 5 little monkeys, whatever it is. And we're going to start talking about how to count those little monkeys. You know, you might use a set of flashcards and show them the number 1 and say, there's this one little monkey. They don't know what that means when you say there is one of something. So it takes a while for it to click to understand what 1 meant. So when you start to teach them the numbers, a lot of people will get frustrated with their children because, let's say we're teaching them numbers 1 through 5. Well, the number 3 is a really weird looking number, and if you turn it around backwards, it looks a lot like an E. Most preschoolers are going to kind of forget the number 3 a lot, unless they just like that number. And if they just like that number, it might be the first one they learn. So you can't even say, you know, Shannon said they weren't going to know that one. They might know it right off the bat. That might be their favorite number. Or you can teach them to count the, you know, the little things on the 3, the 1, 2, 3, and help them learn that that's how you count the number 3. I use all sorts of tricks like that. But my point is, show them the flashcard of a number 3, and when you first start doing that, they don't know the meaning of the 3 as opposed to the 5. It doesn't have relevance in their life. So before you teach it to them, you have to begin to teach them relevance in their life. Like if their favorite thing is that little monkey and they have 3 of it, monkeys are my favorite, so that's why I'm using it. Then count the monkeys, okay? Count the little cars. Or show them the numbers on the elevator. I have one child that I was, I guess I was pregnant, who knows. And we were going to the doctor a lot, like all the time, because when you're kind of old and you're pregnant, I'm going to move this out of the sun a little bit, I think. Or maybe it's me. When you're pregnant and you're going on up and down the elevator a lot, one of the great things that can happen is your kid learns the numbers from the elevator buttons. So one of mine learned the numbers that way, and it was an amazing thing. I'm going to give you an example of something that happened to me when my daughter was in kindergarten, because There's preschool and then there's kindergarten. And kindergarten is really part of preschool because legally school starts in first grade. That's the legal age of school. And preschool and kindergarten are not legally required ages for your kid to be in school anyway. They don't have to have any accountability for having been taught during those years. So one of my kiddos, when I first started homeschooling, she was in kindergarten, and I had this big bulk of curriculum, and I was exhausted and tired, and I was trying to figure out how to teach 2 kids and then chase a toddler, and I had a newborn in my hands all the time. So it was crazy. But in her curriculum package, I somehow overlooked that as an optional thing, you could have an optional math curriculum. It recommended things to do that would take the place of math, but it gave you optional math requirement, and it suggested a little math workbook. Okay, I didn't order the math workbook. However, we got to the spring, probably around February or March, and I was reading something in my curriculum book, and I realized that I did not teach my kid from a math book, an actual math book, okay? And I kind of had a panic attack. I mean, like smooth out. So somebody had given me some old curriculum that they didn't want, and it was something I wasn't planning on using. So I grabbed it up, and I thought, well, this is a very rigorous math workbook. Like, it's a company that is well known in the homeschool community for being highly academic and highly rigorous. All I had done with my kid was follow the suggested math task, like doing calendar time and what happened. Okay, what happened yesterday? What happens today? What is tomorrow? I had done those sort of things. So if we're on day number 55 in school, what day were we on yesterday? If we subtract 1, we were on 54. And if we're on 55 today and we add 1, what will we be on tomorrow? We will be on number 56. And then I had like a little cup on the wall that held little counters for, the place value. So I had a cup. There was a cup for, like, let me draw a little thing here. So I had my little cups on the wall. My circles are going to be my cups on the wall. I hope you can see this. And so this was it may be backwards when you watch the video. I don't know. So here was like the ones place and the tens place and the hundreds place. Okay. So we'd stick little straws in the one place, and when we got 10 of those tens moved to the tens place because they were now tens. And then, we'd start adding to our ones again. And we got some more. We added another bundle of 10 to our tens place, and we had 20, right? Okay, and you get the point. You moved on, and you eventually got 100 in there or whatever. So I did a lot of those kind of things. We were writing our numbers and that sort of thing. So when I realized I had not used a math curriculum, I pulled out this book, and the poor little darling, I made her do like 3 lessons or 4 lessons a day in that rigorous math book to catch her up, because that's what we want to do. Like us homeschool moms, especially when we start out, we want our kids to catch up with everybody. So I wanted to catch her up. She could do everything in that entire math book without me ever teaching her from that math book. Just from teaching her the hands-on skills, playing with little counters and talking about numbers and singing little songs. And we had a little song called the Penny Song, and I can't remember it right now, but anyway, they'd have to pay with the little pennies to go to the next level of the song. It was a cute little thing. So what I recommend for preschool and even kindergarten is that you play with your kids. You discuss phonics, you discuss numbers, you discuss letters, you read books. You don't overwhelm them with worksheets and things they don't like. If they don't like to color, don't make them color. My kids don't like coloring pages, but my kids love art, And if you give them a blank sheet of paper, they will fill it all day long. They will put something on that page. You give them a coloring page, they don't like that somebody else's lines are there for them. And then I have one, my oldest likes to trace. So she would spend hours just tracing things that other people draw. But she didn't want to color the page in. She just wanted to trace the page with tracer paper. And whatever, that works for her. It taught her fine motor skills. If you're struggling with a child having a difficult time holding on to a pencil, it may just be that they're not old enough yet. And one of the skills you can do is have them write on a dry erase board, because it naturally puts their hand in the right position. You don't need curriculum to teach you these things, okay? You can get them ABC flashcards and go through them. I do recommend kind of a curriculum for kindergarten age, because you can tie in like Bible lessons and science lessons and things like that that maybe the curriculum company thought of that you may not think of. But if you think you can think of it on your own and research it, you know, if you want to study about the letter B and butterflies, and then you may look up a scripture that says God made you beautiful, you know, and talk about that. Or, you know, you want to take the science lesson with that butterfly and study monarch butterflies and hatch one out and release it and all that sort of thing. Or maybe you want to go into the garden or even plant the butterfly weed and different plants that they are attracted to. I just say with preschoolers, don't get crazy and don't buy anything expensive. You can look up so many resources that are free. And with that, do you have any questions? Just ask. I'm sorry that's another long video, and talk to you guys later.